So what's it gonna be today? 'Cause I swear if another person tells me I can't, what's stopping you? You're too tired? It's been a long day. You didn't get enough sleep. It was just hard today. I'm just exhausted. I don't have enough time. Is that what's stopping you right now? You don't have enough money? That's it, huh? Or is the thing that's stopping you actually you? Making excuses. Excuses sound best to the person that is making them up. Believe me, I know. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the little bandwagon and sorrow shower that you're giving yourself. Telling everybody your sob stories, getting them on your pity party bandwagon. If you ever see me stunting, showing out in 5-star cities, popping bottles of rosé, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me. Because I worked my ass off to get there, you better believe it. Nobody handed me shit, not a damn thing. Only parents, single dads now work on Father's Day. It's tough, it's 2022. You better awaken the beast that's chained up inside of you and unlock your potential. It's game on. It's go time. You better show up and show out. It's time for you to take advantage of the accesses and resources that you have always had around you. If you have a problem with your life right now, today, a problem with your environment, you better change it. You better do something about it. If you want it, you better go get it. You better recognize the excuses that you're laying down and realize that they are not valid. They are conjured up and fabricated lies that you tell yourself. And how do you stop the lies that you're continually telling yourself, even through your subconscious mindset, sometimes in denial and not even knowing? Will you stop the lies with the truth? The truth is, you have time. You have the courage, the skill, the knowledge, the power, the support, the willpower, the discipline to get it done. Why ain't you doing it? You see, the secret to happiness is it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with you. The fruit of everything in life begins with a challenge. Everything is a climb to the highest mountaintop. It's not going to come to you easily by hitting that easy button. We went over that. It's not going to be something that slaps you in the face. Oh my God, it was so simple. It was always going to be difficult and a challenge, and if you want it, you gotta go get it. You gotta dig deep. This is your chance, your moment, your shot, your one and final opportunity, your place. This is my time. This is my moment. I'ma seize the day. Carpe diem. What? You gonna do it tomorrow? What are you talking about tomorrow for? There ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only have today. Tomorrow never existed. Once it gets here, it's today. It is your dream, and if you want it to happen, you better get your ass up and make it happen. You better rise and grind if you want it to happen, because you still got work to do. You better stay in that classroom. You better stay at that job, working that 9 to 5. It's grind season, homie. And you better put in the work. And stop making excuses and attempts to lessen the blame and put the fault on someone else, playing the blame game. You know, when the only person you're fighting is you. You see, our Creator created you to create. And your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. And you can either choose to grow flowers or you can choose to grow weeds. You came here to this planet to awaken the wisdom and potential of your soul. You are a unique expression of the divine, of the cosmos, of the architect and creator. You are the only person in the world with your fingerprint and your DNA, and you're so special. Therefore, you are the only you. Be you. Because what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset becomes an unconscious action and an unconscious activity. And I've always just wanted mine to be guideful, helpful, and nourishing to others. Nurturing to others. You see, neuroplasticity, pioneers, is the brain's ability to rewrite its own programming by changing our mindset through conscious practices such as meditation, living out of love and gratitude, by performing selfless acts. We can cause our brain to change physically, creating a more neural pathway towards healthier feelings and healthier habits and healthier thoughts. Can I get a hello? So when people ask me what is my favorite currency, I'm laughed at when I tell them my favorite currency is my own currency, my Merkaba, my energy and attention. You see, your highest form of currency is your inner peace. Can I get a hello? True currency is energy and attention, your Merkaba. Treat your energy and your attention like you would your money. Learn to budget it, save it, find ways to increase it and invest it where you know you'll get a return from your energy and your attention, your Merkaba. When you place value on your energy like you do any other form of currency, you'll be surprised at how much changes within your physical reality. Our energy is our true currency. Money is just a symbolic form for exchange of energy and attention. This is why you should always pay attention, all pun intended. If it does not nourish your soul, get rid of it, pioneers. If it's not helping you evolve, then it's a distraction. Can I get a hello? The imprint you make on eternity is not defined by your age or your sex or your religion or ethnicity or your profession or any other social status you may have in your lives right here while you're living in this realm. It is measured by what attention and action and energy you're putting into an individual moment. The moment you're living right now today. That's all that matters. Are you being present? So therefore you're being rewarded with presence? Because eternity is an endless collection of moments. Don't fake it until you make it. That is garbage advice. And you better run away and stay clear of anybody telling you that. You better face it till you make it. Get up, work hard, and fail. So you can stand back up and face it again, doing a little bit better today than you did yesterday. So you can fail again one day, only to rinse and repeat and get back up and repeat this cycle over again. You're the guru of your own soul, pioneers. Quiet the mind, quit the blame game, and listen to the silent guidance of your higher self. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. I promise you that. You just got to go within. Light is to darkness what love is to fear. And in the process of and presence of either one, the other disappears. Your life is a canvas. And I want you to paint nothing less than a divine masterpiece, pioneers. And I'm sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever you are in this matrix and galaxy right now. I know it's been a little while since we've been on here and we've been in a MIA, recharging and collecting our thoughts, doing our due diligence in the background, working on ourselves, because we don't want to be a disservice to our viewers and pioneers here at the Daily Candle Close News. We don't want to come out here and repeat ourselves saying the same thing over and over again. We want to give ourselves and these markets time to evolve and play out. So wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. Sending you much love and high vibrations, so take that and take that. I've definitely been missing every one of you, and I hopefully enjoy, or hope you've enjoyed the energy we've been putting out here lately. I'm aware I may be externalizing a lot of energy and shedding valuable years off of my dash. This rental car we keep in the physical, this body. Part of a Merkaba. I certainly hope it's appreciated and it goes above and beyond any expectations someone might have of this channel. I know we're overlooked, misunderstood, and undervalued. But that's okay. Whatever else in nomenclature and ideology someone might have for this channel. It's always about being creative and in touch with who we truly are in our higher self. So I just hope I'm being a beacon of light for others. Being the fifth chakra, the throat chakra. That's why I don't care to show my face, etc. And I only care to give you what I feel is important at the time from right here. This fifth chakra, encouraging you to speak your truths and find your truth. Being who you truly are. Be you. My only mission here is to have you be creative. Leave your imprint in this world for others to see. Don't care about what others have to say about you. Don't measure your success with someone else's measuring stick. You're the only person in the world with your fingerprint, your DNA. Don't give a damn about what anybody else has to say about you. So I dare you to say you got it together. That you've got it all figured out. I dare you. Anyone. That's all you gotta say when somebody brings hate your way. It's my mission and purpose here to free as many people as possible so that they got a free dome from this just over broke mindset and system, this reality that we're forced to live in. This system that is causing this stress in so many people's lives. That is causing them to overspend not just their money but their energy and attention as well. Causing them to become out of line with who they truly are. It's my mission to help them realign their moral compass and help them purge their shadow and fight their demons so I can free as many people as possible, bringing them back their own freedom, freeing their dome and their mind. That's the most important thing. You see, because they tried to bury us, pioneers, but they forgot we were seeds. You see, they tried to keep us in lockdown, but they forgot we were the keys. Every Hall of Famer and legend started somewhere, but never gave up. They were all once rookies. Muhammad Ali, like I said before, once just said, I am the greatest, and now the whole world repeats it. We can't forget that. It's about taking a thought and manifesting it and turning it into our physical reality. So something we can't forget about. As we continue to look at these price charts that have just continued to drown out on the weekly time frame for several weeks, it goes back to showing that these market makers want to bore out the market participants. And this is what's kind of like the .com bubble about the cryptocurrency market right now. It's very speculative in an environment that's clearly in an economic catastrophe right now, in crisis right now. We're seeing inflation running rampant, hitting things like gas and lumber and food, everything that people need to survive right now. But then we have this bubble in the stock market and cryptocurrency that just needs to come to an end, and it's just dragging and dragging out. And that's why my work about the Shemitah in this 7-year sabbatical cycle and the cyclical nature of this chaos and financial turmoil is really important, and why the dollar and things like the equities and the economy, why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. It's going to be amazing to see what stays and what leaves throughout this process. It's going to be very unique, like the Lehman Brothers scandal, etc. This is not something new that's been going on every 7 years since several years ago, 1916, etc., even before. We know the most current was really 2001. That's the dot-com bubble, the 9/11, Great Recession, global recession, etc. We see throughout this 7-year time period, we see no proof other than this in the markets that matches what we're seeing, that brings us to where we are today, where we saw this huge liquidity injection after the C-word crash in 2020, when the Federal Reserves and the banks just printed all this money. We saw this huge liquidity injection that brought us to where we are today, and it wasn't realistic. It doesn't make sense to print all this fake, funny money, print it in the market, and it just be sustainable. Eventually something's got to give, and we're watching all this come into fruition right now, and have been for several months, watching inflation run rampant on the people. And as many times as you want to tell people about this, they want to continue to ignore it. They don't even care to protect themselves and their families for the future. They just ignore you and scroll on their phones and smoke their cigarettes. They don't care to protect their families and loved ones for the future, while these elites are here just telling you the truth, that it's here to stay. Like I've already said, inflation is going to continue to put you and your families in debt. This money that they're sending overseas, that they're continually printing, is putting your great grandkids in debt, and they're not even born yet. So when it comes to investing, people don't know what they're doing. They're trying to put their fiat money into something in hopes that it makes them a millionaire overnight, so they can quit their job and they don't have to worry about this, etc., and they lose because they don't have the right mindset going in. When investing is, putting your money into something that's gonna make it in the long term, that's gonna protect your money and save your hard-earned investments. Your time is what you invested for the money you have now. Investing is somebody who actually did their research and chose an investment and project that's going to be there for the long term, that saves their fiat currency that we know is getting hit with a provable right now 8.6% inflation rate, a high of 41 years. When we know the real inflation rate is probably around 17%, high of 21%, that they're hiding behind the scenes. And the goal of the investor is to take their hard-earned money and protect against that. Park it into something that they believe in long term, so that they're not overly diversified, and stay in fundamental to a few set investments and a set strategy, so that when those investments go down, it's an opportunity for them to dollar cost average in an opportunity where they can better their position in the future. Most people want to wait till something is sexy and talked about, and it's the dot-com bubble all over again, you guys. No one gave a shit about Amazon in 1993. Let's go back. Nobody gave a shit about Amazon in 1993. And when we look at it today, this shows us 1997. Okay, so we'll use this into consideration. No one gave a shit about Amazon in 1997. Okay, 93 was the last Shemitah in the 90s, leading into 2000 in the dot-com bubble. Okay, nobody gave a shit about Amazon in 2001 after the sell-off. But if you would have taken advantage of that time period at 23 cents, you'd be a billionaire with a small amount of money right now. So people should be welcoming large pullbacks and crashes in the market, because it's an opportunity. And if they're not happy right now, it's because they probably converted too much of their life savings into speculative assets and shit coins, and didn't build a fundamental thesis and strategy. Because if someone comes to me with $10,000 and says, "Coach, what should I do with it?" Well, how much do you want to just throw out the window of your car right now? Because that's what you're doing when you invest. And if you say the full $10,000, then my second question is going to be, okay, well, if I just held this right above the flame of a fireplace on my chimney for 5 years, would you be okay with that? And if you can say yes, then maybe we're ready to invest this money. But if you're not ready to automatically lose the money that you invest, then you're not ready to be in this market. And that's, not shedding disrespect, just encouraging you. This is, again, the translucent, clear, red pill here. Okay? Only invest what you are able to lose, what you can afford to lose. If you're wanting to invest in cryptocurrencies, look into studying what this is really about, the slavery system that they're pushing us into. Get more into studying ISO 20022 and learn what's going on with the SWIFT banking system and how we're transitioning away from that. And start studying the UN 2030, 40, 50 agenda, what the World Economic Forum and the Federal Reserve and the World Bank are doing, what BlackRock and these institutions are doing. Learn all this before you start investing into cryptocurrency. And if you don't know what I'm saying, then you probably shouldn't be in this market. No offense. But we're in a very economic and important year that is going to continue to wreak havoc on us financially. And it's not the year to not be prepared financially and not understand what's going on. So let's get deeper into this TA. One thing I want to share with you guys is a bigger macro analysis on the weekly time frame. Using a few indicators like the exponential moving average, the 223 exponential moving average, the 223, ties us to skull and bones, and taking a look at the RSI. When we go back and look at the bottoms of these quote-unquote bear markets of, 2015, 2018, we have RSIs on the weekly that's reaching an oversold, underbought territory. Very same thing right here. Very same thing around this capitulation, C19 sell-off, this very manipulated, liquidated capitulation event that led to a market sell-off under this 223 exponential moving average, okay? Same thing right here. Same thing down here. When we zoom in, we see we were toying around in this time frame of 2015. This was brand new on the scenes at the time. This 223 exponential moving average on the weekly only goes back to October 2020 on most charts that I can find. So right here on the bear market bottom, this was where we first toyed around with this exponential moving average, the 223, skull and bones. And so looking at this, zooming out on a macro view, it's very important. We see the RSI setting its first low in this oversold, underbought territory. Higher low right here. The C19 setting a higher low, and right now we're, setting a lower low than that, but in the macro view over time, still setting higher lows, setting weekly consecutive bullish, momentum heading forward. We've had 9+ week sell-offs, and one thing to note is how important this latest new moon came in, bringing this weekly green candle, the first one in 9 weeks. So very important, something we've never seen before, breaking a 4-year cycle. We already know, we've gone over that. Now we see something else that we've never seen before is a 9-week sell-off and closes that closed red, that retested this 223 moving average, something we haven't done in 112 bars. So very important, very close to that 111, but which is 777 days. So that might be actually, that would be where it was at, March 30th of 2020. So very, very symbolic right there, that 111. Bitcoin hit a top on 111. So very important, very eso and exoteric right there. But we got bull trap back down from this 32,200 level, okay? Broke down below this 30,022 level. Something very, very important to take note of. Right here, boom, we got stopped out from this 32,200 level, that very esoteric 322. We came back down and retested on the weekly a couple weeks ago to this 322, this 223. Could we come back on the weekly and retest it again down here around this 22,300 level, this 22,223. So very important, but we failed to hold support around this $30,022 level. So very important, just the 322. We're just adding this in here because this is the number one important number we've made connections to all year. I want to continue to show you how you can use this number to change your life financially. You know, it's esoteric and used constantly. So if we can continue to see this, that would be amazing, giving us our A, B, C corrective wave that we might talk about in a few. So one thing we can take into consideration is Bitcoin is losing its volatility and it's not going up as much anymore. It's not crashing as much as more. And that's something we can kind of expect when we have a nascent asset class. And it's only been around a short amount of time. 13 years is still a short amount of time considering this to Amazon that we already talked about, etc. You know, we know this is going to hopefully appreciate over time. We know it's the best performing asset in the existence of mankind. So that's seemingly playing itself off right now. And something to be open-minded is how stock to flow hasn't recently worked anymore, or how the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve chart is kind of falling out of pattern and not working as well as it used to. We have other indicators that are powerful, like I want to share with you, and I have been in this year of the Shemitah, that we can keep in our mind and be open-minded to the chaos that we're seeing, the minutia and monotony that's playing out in these markets in this 1 year where everything becomes very hard to navigate. And we do have Bitcoin in a Shemitah year during 2014 and 2015 during the bear market. And if we were to go back during that time frame when Bitcoin was in the Shemitah, that was this moment back here, 2015. That was obviously between here and here. So the best time to accumulate before this, paid off if you were patient. The last time we had a Shemitah was during a bear market. We've never had a bull market Shemitah year. So it's going to be very important. Patience is always key. It's not about time in the market, it's about time in the market. So I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen heading into this next time period and this next year with this Shemitah year. So, but we are in an accumulation, consolidation period, holding higher lows. So very bullish. So something that I think for people that are seeking a macro analysis in the short term, the only thing I'm seeing is a break on the daily time frame, is a break of this possible trend line that we've shared before. Right here, filling in this wick down here around, possibly pushing down to 22K, that 223 that we've talked about, something. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but let's pull this chart back up that we talked about. We know, again, this recent bull trap, bear trap, is what we've seen recently. Bears get trapped and punished. The bulls get trapped and punished. It's just repeat, rinse, repeat. So, but we got stopped out at that 32,200. On the 1 hour time frame, we saw that this fell into a descending triangle that has a percentage chance plus or minus of around 64% chance to break to the downside, and we see that. So ultimately setting up for another ABC corrective wave, and a push to the downside, maybe possibly, again, hopefully filling in this wick of either 26K or pushing us back down for our final low. So something we can keep an eye out for on the volume is for an injection of supply and volume to come in. That's bullish. If we were to dig down here, to see if we get a reversal and trend reversal set in. So let's see if this plays out and ties us back into our skull and bones pals. Order 322. We know not a lot's changed since I last been out here, but this is what I'm kind of seeing that could possibly take place right now. We just obviously see this bull trap into a bear trap, into a bull trap, into, what's going to happen next? Very slow, very boring. Lots of traps being sprung in these various areas. On the 1 hour time frame, when we look at this, there's a handful of whales that are just bouncing the price around right now. And when it comes to certain moments, we can probably pinpoint these on smaller time frames with numerology, astrology, gematria, etc. I suggest go and try that out. But anything other than looking for this downward price action to come in, showing us a bottom to come in the structure, then that's what I'm looking for. Not really, too worried about anything else right now. We know that one thing we talked about on the daily time frame when we first drew this trend line was how we could possibly look for a potential retest of this, bringing our 1, 2, 3 touches. We knew that we got above this 50, which we're not typically bullish until we get above that 56 level. So we saw this rejection from this heart line of the RSI, and now we're retesting this trend line. Let's see how we react to that. Let's see if we get a bounce and support, or if we fall through here, and let's see if we how we react to it moving forward. So just very important. Something else that I wanted to bring up. But anyways, for the most part right now, let's just recap where we're at. Consolidating, boring, choppy price action. Probably going to do this potentially, for the rest of the year. We'll have to continue to see how July and August play out. 4th of July, August typically being bullish, leading into, remember, to always return in September for the markets. Something we discussed here. Very important. We're looking to see if we can hold support of this trend line, or hold support of this 24K area. We know June 13th, 2 days from now, is 69 days from Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday, and we know Bitcoin hit a 69K top this year on November 10th, 11/10/111. So very important. Let's see what happens. We don't typically hang around this trend line this long. We know this was a little period of around 21 to about a week or so. So this has obviously been about a month long. So just building momentum and holding support above this trend line. So very important. We know that a potential move up to the upside from here could be very generous for a dead cat bounce, about 48%. So very important, something to keep in mind as well. That would, on the daily time frame, bring us back up to this 223 exponential moving average to around 39K, the mirror of 93 that we get in Saturn. Okay, Saturn in numerology and gematria gives us that 93. We hit a 69K top. Okay, so we might get a pump back up to 39. So very important. Let's see what happens moving forward in the near distant future. We know tomorrow is a day that leaves 202 days left in the year. Drop the 0. We're in the year 2022. It connects us to the end of Rosh Hashanah and the Shemitah on 9/26 this year. And that leaves it 96 days left in the year, the mirror of the 69K top that Bitcoin hit. We know a connection from tomorrow to this day moving forward is 3 months and 14 days. And remember, when Bitcoin hit its top on 11/10/2021, it was the day that, was the 314th day left in the year. So very important. Just want to make that important connection for you all. Probably going to leave this video here because I think we've talked about enough, and I just wanted to come out and keep you all just informed. I know a lot of people, they're getting impatient and they don't know what's going on in the cryptocurrency market right now, and I feel people are losing patience. Not in the Warrior and the Pioneer Academy, but I want to give you hard coaching. You're patient enough to stay at a job that you don't like for years, or patient enough to be in a bad relationship for years, or patient enough to be in a situation that you can't stand for years, but you're not fundamental and able to hold on to a cryptocurrency that that's going to change your life in the future. You know, this isn't get rich quick. If you're looking to get rich quick, then go to the casino. I don't play games with my money, and neither do my pioneers. Okay? I know there are a few gamble cryptocurrencies that we've talked about that, you know, are pump and dumps, you know, throwaway money that we gamble with here. But I don't play games with my money. And make sure you're on the right tribe and the right vibe. So if you've got the mindset and you like the channel and then the work that we're doing here, then follow this channel at the Daily Candle Close News. One last thing I wanted to share with you all were how we were continuing to look at these chakras, using them as moving averages, looking to see this root chakra hit our heart space, okay? Where we can, you know, take one more step towards seeing an increase in price. We're holding this horizontal support right now, and that's very important. But sending you all much love and high vibrations, you guys. Take care, and God bless. Pioneers rise, build your legacy, and build your fortress.